That was when I should have split them up, giving a lot of extra shots off on my mutas, but the mutas have spread apart now. If you look at the Thor, it only killed one muta in the whole group, and it has gone down. Now these Marines will just desperately try to slow down these mutas, but since he's so spread apart, now the time to expand and just start picking off random stuff. Don't go for the jugular. Kill, like, I'm gonna go here for the mules right now, slow down his income, because, you know, dropping 3 mules, that's like 1200 minerals right there that he just lost.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. And basically, using your mutas for harass, not going in to destroy this command center or, you know, destroy his whole army. Just go into the for the harass, make the Terran player, you know, shit his pants a little bit, and, you know, have to hide back in base, making Marines and having to run them around with them.
So yeah, just go for, like, you know, small Marine groups that are not with, you know, the rest of their buddies. Pick them off because they're not very strong unless they're in big groups, especially when you got tons of mutas. And just pick off reactors, tech labs, just slow them down anyway. A lot of SCVs, kill tanks as much as possible.
As the A moves, A attacks his own reactor there.
Pretty much. So another door is out, and I do try to take this door down, and I kind of lost control here. I am trying to macro up. If you look, I've taken another expansion. I should be getting hive tech very soon, or moving on to it. I think this is when I'm still trying to get my timings down proper. And yeah, just try to keep the mutas alive. It's okay to sacrifice them after the door, because right now, all I'm doing is delaying this Terran player and not letting him push out and just scaring him into thinking that he can't move out because he's lost so much.
Yeah, exactly. The mutas do die, but again, they've done the damage that they need to do. They've kept and basically the Terran player sitting at home, just afraid to move out right now. And this Thor still looks awesome. It's got wicked wings, got a Captain Star and everything.
Yeah, so if you look at my base, I do have another group of mutas I think have respawned in. Yeah, the thing is that you lose mutas when you're Zerg, but the Zerg production's really fast, and as long as you're doing damage, you can just reproduce them and not worry too much. If you look, I am trying to get my hatchery, I am getting hive tech because Ultralisks are basically going to be your strongest counter, and I am transferring some drones over, hopefully. They should be making their way.
No drone transfer, there we go, finally.
So yeah,
good stuff.
I should be getting some +1s on melee and carapace, and just sending more mutas in, just like, nothing too fancy, just kill a few stuff, swoop back in, and just keep harassing, just keep annoying. The Thor got quite a few shots off. That was a bad play on my part. He kills with a muta or two, but
a lot.
It's alright. I'm scaring him.
That's all that matters, right? A ton of Zerg things all up in here, trying to do some damage, and against Marauders, they do excellent. It's hilarious. Just a big explosion.
So basically, it's going to show the power of mutas, and just, you know, don't be afraid of Thors. Go after them, and all you need to do is slow down the Terran. Now, the Terran player isn't going to push out until he's got like 3 or 4 Thors, because he really needs to get that anti-air, because if he gets just Marauders and tanks and only 2 Thors, you know, they could get picked off, and then, you know, he'll just lose.
And then he'll just, exactly. Anyways, we're going to swap right back to the other game, because this game, spoiler alert, Truth does win, but this is not the actual game that we're casting, so we're going to go back to our other game, and we'll see you there.
Alright, so here we are back, and you saw that the mutas, you know, can bring down Thors. It's really important to stop that initial Thor. I know I'm saying this like 4 times now, but keeping that Thor down and keeping the Terran player in his base and just expanding and teching like crazy is basically how you want to deal with, you know, the turtling Terran.
Exactly, because that one Thor in that other game that we showed basically went down to those 10 mutas so easily, and Truth only lost 1 muta in that whole engagement.
And I did a lot of damage floating around, picking up SCVs, and I will keep my mutas active, making sure he doesn't grab his 3rd, and then I should be getting Overlord speed and taking control of the whole entire map, but I'm a little bit rusty with my Zerg. I've been playing Terran quite a bit, so, you know, transitioning back over to, you know, the Zerg side has been a little bit difficult.
A little bit difficult, that's fine, fair enough. But you do have your 4th base up. You should be transferring drones pretty soon.
Yeah, so it's important once you get your bases up to get gas. The most important resource for Zerg is just getting extractors. Look at my 3rd base, the extractors are up. I'm trying to mine gas, and gas will just, you know, make or break you in your Zerg, because, you know, Brood Lords and Ultralisks is how you want to counter. You don't need higher tech units to really take down that turtling mech.
Marine coming out, just probably just going to scout around, see what's going on. He is going to see one of these expansions at least. Probably going to see the one out in the higher ground here.
Yeah, I do. You should try to keep the, you know, the scouting down for your Terran player. I have kind of neglected map control a bit. I should be back on those towers and stopping any type of unit that's trying to see where I'm going, and I should be keeping tabs on where the Terran player is and what he's trying to do.
Yeah, let's go swap over to you for a second.
So
here.
I do have my Ultralisk Cavern out. I am getting melee and carapace level 2. I should be getting the chitinous plating soon enough.
You're a little bit gas starved right now, but you do have 6 gas going right now, so you will get that very soon.
Yeah, I have 4 altars in production, and I got mutas out floating around. I got some Zerglings. Now this is basically the key point. Now I can attack my Terran opponent dead on and run into like 6 siege tanks, Thors, and Marauders, but when you're Zerg, you really want to hit him at different angles. So, you know, he's trying to spam Vikings, and Vikings aren't going to help him against my Ultras once they come. And if you look, there are a few tanks, I think 3, if you look back on his base. Yeah, so he's trying to, like, you know, he's just fortifying right now. He's, you know, he's turtling. He's got turrets everywhere. He's got Vikings. I'm sacking an Overlord for no reason because I didn't see shit all.
Head first into the Vikings.
Yeah, so there are quite a few tanks. We look over the unit tab. He's got 5 tanks, 2 Thors, and, you know, he's not even on 2 base, so he is, you know, behind right now. And I'm just, you know, I'm grabbing my 5th base right now, and that's the thing. You gotta expand at will. And, you know, with these mutas, I've kept the player at base, or maybe he didn't even want to push out, really.
It's probably not even, the Terran player hasn't even tried to push out yet, and I think it's probably because he is scared. Because again, he did put down so many turrets and stuff, and he's bringing out all these Vikings now, so these Vikings are going to be able to deal with these mutas quite nicely. But again, the Terran is stuck to 2 bases right now.
So now this is kind of the crucial time of when I start macroing like crazy, and I'm almost hitting my max. I'm at 158 supply, where the Terran player's only at 120. So, you know, I'm pulling ahead, and now it's basically I have to do damage without sacrificing my whole army. But since I'm so far ahead in economy, now the best thing I can do is just throw money at the problem.
So basically sending out all these speed overlords. I'm gonna call them speed lords from now on. These speed lords all over the map. Map control is still very important no matter how late into the game you are, and they're going all over. Probably gonna start poop and creep everywhere.
Actually, my computer shits itself, so I can't poop creep.
Oh, that's depressing.
And the major battle of this game was funny because I lost all control of my army because my game basically froze for 10 seconds, and then I saw what my army did. It was quite depressing when I'm sitting there going, oh my god, I can't macro.
I think Truth needs a new computer. But until then, he's sending a whole wave of Ultralisks into I don't know where.
Yeah, so I basically want to keep my Terran player at 2 base, really. I don't want to let him get another base. But the best way I can do this is keep hitting him at different spots. So I'm going to stop this expansion from going up.
You do know about it, yeah.
And I should be getting a Nidus network very soon. And Nidus networks are, you know, pretty underrated right now. You can really just, you know, pop them up anywhere and just start striking. And I do move my Lings away to get my Ultras the good shot because their headbutt ram is just so awesome.
Yeah. The headbutt from the Ultras is hilarious because they just destroys. Look at that. 3 Ultras took it down to 7.5 half HP like that.
So yeah, like right now the Terran player, he can't really do much. He has to protect his main. His tanks aren't moving out. They're like fortified around bunkers, turrets, Hellions, and, you know, this is basically what you're gonna face when, you know, the Terran player does mechs like crazy.
Yeah, exactly. If you can keep harassing the Terran player to make him sit back in base, he's gonna mech hard for sure. But he's gonna be sitting back in base, and he won't be 1Aing into your face.
So this is when I start my Nidus network in this corner. I use my mutas to scout, and I will send in a small force to hit him from behind, and then use my big force to hit him from the front. Now the problem is with this way is my computer can't handle this strategy. When all these units start engaging, it literally froze for like 5 seconds, and you'll notice that I'm like, I'm just sacrificing units. But it works out not too bad, so it's alright. So I'm trying to flow in the units. I want to get a few of them out here just so he draws his army back to deal with this.
Yeah, exactly. Bringing in 3 Ultras right back here, doing some massive damage right now.
And then this is when I shouldn't be pushing in right now. All those Lings got shredded apart by so many Ultras, and then they just bust their way through, and now
it's just a pincer attack right now from these Ultras right now. And they're doing some huge damage. This command center is gonna, oh, it survived just with a little bit of HP.
Yeah, so my Ultras have come in. I've just, you know, demolished his economy really, and I'm doing damage. And because I'm on 5 base right now, I'm not too worried. If you look at my production tab, I'm just reproducing everything. I have 3 Lings, level 3 upgrades. I have Corruptors coming up because I didn't notice that the VCs were in the air.
Those VCs are kind of frightening. But again, you are on 5 bases, 1 base without any drones on it. Are you gonna send any drones here? But
I think because of my income, I'm already at like 60 harvesters I didn't want to make anymore.
So probably gonna send some from a mined out base. This one's already, yeah. But anyways, by having so many bases, you can literally throw money at the problem.
So yeah, if you look, my supply is back up to 150, where my opponent's only at 86, and I have a greater spire, so I can go Broodlords, but since there's so many Vikings in the air, I'm a little bit, you know, worried about going heavy on the Broodlords, because I don't want to get them picked off, so I stick with my ground army. They are 3-3 now, and now this is basically, the Terran player desperately needs his 3rd base. He's running out of minerals. He's lost the command center, I think, somewhere. Oh, he repaired it. He luckily, bastard guy, repaired it.
And he has not reset his rally point.
Yeah, so I think he's a little bit worried right now. He hasn't actually destroyed my Nidus network. I don't think he saw it there or wondered how those units got back there, but doing drops is also pretty effective.
Yeah.
So I do use that Nidus network again. I'll send in a few Lings with a few Ultras just to kill a few more workers and just, you know, keep him on his toes, and then, you know, here comes a big massive air battle coming in to support.
I love these corruptors in the air right now. So if he does try and send it back to these battle cruisers, which he is, they're gonna have to deal with a ton of corruptors.
But if you look right now, he's effectively on one base. He has no minerals left in his main. His third base is going up, but I do take it down pretty soon once I catch a glimpse at it being up. And the corruptors are engaging, but he has quite a few Vikings right now, and they actually die pretty badly.
Pretty nice little engagement here. These corruptors should be focus firing the battle cruisers because they are the main damage dealers to everything.
They did focus down 2, and then the third one went down. That Ultra is being lazy, just sitting, taking a small little rest, and
smoke break. It's smoke break.
Ultra smoke now, I guess. So now you see up top, I'm sending another group to engage this expansion because I know he's trying to expand now. He's on the ropes. He's running out of money, and I'm basically just just throwing money at him constantly until he submits to this.
Yeah, exactly. Probably waiting for the Ultralists to come in and take on this planetary fortress, so then the Speedlings can come in and do some little harass on the mineral line.
Yeah, so you look at the supply, he's at 81, I'm at 140, I'm hitting him from different angles. He's trying to send out some Hellions to do some harass back to me, but I don't really think he can do much. He's got quite a few
That's
Hellions.
A lot of Hellions, actually. And that command center went down our planetary fortress, and all these Hellions, are they going to be able to do any damage?
There aren't too many drones there, but I do run the drones away to my 5th base, because I don't want them to get fried. Just run them up a little bit, and the Lings do run in, and they do get a pretty decent surround and actually kill those Hellions, because they aren't being microed, and my opponent, leaves the game because he lost.
I think your opponent was a little bit more than depressed. You denied this expansion once, then you denied
twice.
I was gonna talk through it, okay? But anyways, you denied this expansion enough times that there was no minerals left anywhere. Like if you look here, 1, 2 mineral patches with like 50 and 100, and another 2 mineral patches, and that command center died. So the Terran player really couldn't do nothing, even though he was just sitting back in base trying to and turtling up. You force the Terran player into turtling up, and by forcing him, you can expand into 5 different bases.
And you gotta open up the tech tree. Like if you look, I have a greater spire, I have Ultralisk, I have upgrades, my chitinous plating's done, I have 3/3 on melee and carapace, and just really take advantage. I have neural parasite ready. I actually had 2 infestus this entire game that did nothing.
I don't even know where
They're
they are. All game. I think your computer would have shattered break if you started fungal growthing things.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably. So it was better off not using those.
Yeah, so keep, spreading creep, keep the Terran player at his base, and then macro hard, and that's basically how you're going to stop a Terran mech.
Yeah, it was, so this has been another game from the SC Chronicles. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.